One afternoon, I entered a phone store to buy something small. While waiting, I noticed a young man standing beside the newest expensive phone. He looked excited. He kept picking it up, putting it down, picking it up again. Eventually, he bought it. Everyone around him looked impressed. He smiled proudly and walked out. But something happened that stayed in my head. As he was leaving, his phone rang, and I overheard part of the conversation. "Bro, can you help me with transport till next week?" I froze, because my brain couldn't process it. How does someone buy one of the most expensive phones in the store and still not have transport money? First I thought, maybe he just made a bad decision. But later I realized, this happens more than people admit. People don't always spend money to improve their lives. Sometimes they spend money to improve how they appear. And that's where the hidden cost begins. Today we're talking about the hidden cost of impressing people, because this habit quietly affects more people than we think. Some people buy things they cannot comfortably afford, not because they need them, but because they want to feel respected, accepted, successful, important, and honestly, that feeling is powerful, because human beings care deeply about social status. When people compliment us, notice us, admire us, our brains reward us emotionally. For a moment, we feel successful. But there's a problem. Attention is temporary. Payments are not. The excitement disappears. But the financial pressure stays. And over time, people begin upgrading their lifestyle without upgrading their income. Expensive phones, designer clothes, luxury experiences, not because life improved, but because appearances became more important than peace. And slowly, people become trapped, working harder, spending more, trying to maintain an image. And that's when impressing people becomes expensive. Not because luxury is bad, but because buying things for validation usually costs more than buying things for value. And this doesn't only happen with phones. People take loans for weddings, buy expensive clothes for events, upgrade cars they cannot maintain, move into apartments that quietly create stress. Not because they became richer, but because they wanted to look richer. And eventually, the image becomes expensive to maintain. That's why real financial growth usually looks quieter. Real progress is not always visible, because real wealth is built for freedom, not applause. And honestly, that young man in the phone store taught me something I'll never forget. If buying something gives you temporary attention, but permanent stress, the price may be bigger than the money you paid.